Live from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News This Morning.
A good Wednesday morning. Storms are moving through right now, and it's going to have an impact on your day.
In fact, already we are seeing power outages and effects on our roadways. Wink News, the Weather Authority, has team coverage this morning to help keep you safe. Meteorologist Matt Devitt joins us this morning. And Matt, two things people need this morning.
The jacket and the umbrella, and you can clearly see that widespread rain all up and down the coast. Arcadia, Lake Okeechobee, LaBelle, Fort Myers, Naples, you name it, very active start. Now, let's first start down towards the south. That's where I've been tracking at least more energy, some lightning and some thunder. A lot of it's still in the Gulf, but especially for Goodland and Marco Island, your rainfall right now is picking up. You can see that in orange and red. The number of lightning strikes, 19 to 20, as that is expanding towards the east at around 20 to 25 miles an hour. So heads up for Copeland, Everglades City. Within the hour, you are going to have that line of showers and storms approach from the west. But I feel for you, Marco Island and Goodland. You can see the rainfall picking up, the orange and the red right along 951 as that is pushing inland and towards the east. More of kind of a steady rain for Orange Tree, Golden Gate towards Naples. Bring the umbrella. You can see the off and on rain expanding inland right along Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, Captiva, the yellow shading for St. James City, and more rain to track for Lehigh, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda, crossing right over the Peace River. Also Arcadia soaked as the showers are growing in coverage as they approach Lake Placid, and rain going all the way towards Lake Okeechobee for Moorhaven and Clewiston at this hour. So I would plan on more rain during the morning, again, intermittent off and on. Here's going to be the game plan hour by hour, and still tracking that rain at 7, 8, and 9. We are going to have some breaks on occasion, but today is going to be cloudy. It is going to be cool. Temperatures remaining not in the 80s like yesterday, but in the 60s. Future radar by lunchtime, widespread rain, and then notice the improvement for the commute home. And around dinner time, as all this rain, guys, starts to move towards the east.
Impact the rain will have on your commute this morning.
We sent meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees in the Wink News live drive, and right now she's in Collier County along US 41 where the rain is the heaviest. Brittany, what are you seeing right now?
Well, right now we actually are in that lull, that lull between the heaviest rain that is coming in from the Gulf, like Matt mentioned, more on the way. And believe it or not, when you're driving on one road, of course, it can be heavy rain, and then it can be just a little more light as you do head off. So we're heading to 41 right now, but notice not a lot of heavy rain at this time, but we were just on I-75 where we had lots of heavy rain. Everyone's windshield wipers were going like crazy. And of course, more of that will continue to move in from the Gulf as we head through the next few hours. Live here in Collier County in the live drive, Brittany Van Voorhees, Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Thanks so much, Brittany. And as Brittany gave you a live look onto US 41, I do want to give you a live look on I-75 right now. It is very wet. If you're heading out towards the interstate, take a look at that. Almost looking like a mirror effect on the roadways right now due to them being so wet. So this is at mile marker 126 heading southbound near Alico Road. Definitely give yourself a little extra time this morning and make sure you are watching your following distance. Also in Fort Myers, already seeing those delays as well on our maps. This is going to be on Gladiolus right now. Pretty heavy traffic heading westbound between Winkler Road and Pine Ridge. I would say either go ahead and use McGregor or Summerlin will be a lot quicker for you. And normal morning delays on Daniels Parkway heading eastbound towards I-75 for about a half mile. That's your cruise traffic.
This morning, we're also keeping an eye on power outages as they're reported. Right now, 200 FPL customers from Charlotte to Collier counties are in the dark. LCEC has quite a bit more, 1,600, with most of them being in the south part of Cape Coral. This is their real-time map. Power crews are en route to restore service. And before you hit the road this morning, make sure you download the free Wink Weather app. It combines the power of Matt's NextRad radar and Sabrina's traffic maps on the go.
Developing this morning, a teen girl arrested for bringing a deadly drug to her school. It's called fentanyl, and I want you to take a look at this. Police say this much fentanyl, 2 milligrams, could kill a person. That teen girl had 1,300 times this amount. Wink News reporter Nicole Lauren is live where that girl was busted, Lehigh Senior High School. Nicole.
Yeah, Corey, police were led to those drugs through a tip. All of it was found inside of that student's backpack. But the question that still remains unanswered this morning, how did she get her hands on it? Well, I want to get you out to a mugshot of the 18-year-old. This is Ayana Felix. And here's exactly what police found inside of that backpack. 18 bags of the deadly opioid fentanyl, 21 bags of cocaine, and 8 bags of marijuana. Crime Stoppers said this quick arrest shows that students are willing to speak up and that they want their schools to be safe and drug-free. They also said this reinforces the Crime Stoppers tip app is successful and makes it easy for students to do the right thing. Sheriff Marcino also did stress drugs are no less dangerous than guns in a school. Now, we did get to speak to a neighbor of that teen who says she's happy those drugs have been confiscated. In Lehigh Acres, Nicole Lauren, WIC News. Now,
this morning, Cape Coral police are investigating another possible school threat, this one at Oasis Middle School. A concerned parent called police saying they overheard a student talking about a school shooting. Right now, officers say there's no reason to think it's credible, but they are investigating. And those threats come with real consequences. Cape Coral police have responded to 47 threats since the start of the school year, and that doesn't count this most recent one. And they've arrested 3 students in just the last 2 weeks. The police chief and school superintendent have this message for you.
We want to protect our kids. Again, we will continue to do so, but we're asking for your help.
This is serious business. This isn't just a school prank. It's very, very serious because people are scared.
On Monday, police arrested a 12-year-old boy for writing a threatening note to shoot up Gulf Middle School.
This morning, one person continues to fight for their life after a truck ran them over at a shopping center. It happened here yesterday in Punta Gorda at the parking lot at Cross Trails, just off US 41. First responders airlifted that person to Lee Memorial Hospital. Right now, we're still working to learn who that victim is.
Live this morning, a day before the 1-year anniversary of the Parkland school shooting, will Republicans in Congress support legislation to ban high-capacity magazines? Well, Democrats have reintroduced the Keep Americans Safe Act, and that would ban any magazine that exceeds 10 rounds of ammunition. Violators would be fined or get jail time, and this ban faces an uphill battle with no Republican co-sponsors, and the plan needs 60 votes to advance in the Senate.
And as Kirsten said, we're just a day away from the 1-year mark of the shooting massacre at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. And the Lee County School District has taken dozens of security measures to keep your children safe from tragedies just like this one. Over the last year, schools have worked to add locked gates, armed officers, and staff for mental health safety all across the district. And now one Lee County teacher who is from Parkland says if all of that fails, she is ready to be the last line of defense.
We got your kids. I love my kids in my class. I would do anything for them. There are 23 little souls, and they are the leaders of tomorrow. Hug your kids. Tell your kids that you love them every day when you walk out that door.
You can also report suspicious activity anonymously through your phone using a new tool called Fortify Florida. And the Lee County School District is holding a moment of silence at 10:17 tomorrow morning to commemorate the anniversary of the shooting in Parkland. Trust WIC News to have complete coverage of this somber date tomorrow morning.
This morning, a New York police officer is dead after another officer shot him. They were responding to a robbery at a cell phone store last night when the 19-year veteran was killed. And this is a look outside the emergency room. You can see all the officers lined up there. The suspect had what appeared to be a handgun, and that's when the officer and sergeant fired their weapons, hitting one of their own.
Make no mistake about it. Friendly fire aside, it's because of the actions of the suspect that Detective Simonson is dead. This is an absolute tragedy.
The officer was 42 years old. The other officer was hit in the leg and is in stable condition.
Today, Governor Ron DeSantis is making another major announcement. He's expected to speak at a law enforcement facility in Brevard County at 10:30 this morning. No word yet on what the governor plans to address, but you can trust WIC News to bring you what he says on WIC News at noon.
It's amazing how quickly the weather can change. Yesterday, 80s and sunny. Today, barely in the 60s. Widespread rain. I'll have your forecast coming up.
And there's a new plan to bring a healthy, affordable grocery store to Estero. What the village wants to add still ahead.
Plus, a new fire station cutting down emergency response times. But neighbors are saying, not in my neighborhood. See why they don't want fire trucks rolling down their roads.
At Moe's, we've always been real Southwest. And we've always built every burrito right on the line